A very good afternoon, folks. Once again, we are back with Act Now Hot Issue. What's for lunch? It is Monday. It is glorious Monday hari ini, hari Isnin. Bersama-sama dengan anda, Mio Adlan. Yes, as you can see, my background is a very familiar background, which you have not seen for about a month or so. Yes, I'm back because I'm at my sanctuary, my sanctum sanctorium. Dah balik rumah lah orang kata. Yalah, kita dah sampai ke Tokyo. Lepas tu kita dah menjalani quarantine wajib. The quarantine that had to go through 2 weeks in the hotel. But right now, Alhamdulillah, everything is all well. My bracelet has been cut off. I'm a free man. Obviously, I'm definitely a free man, but following all of the SOPs, following all of the rules and regulations whenever I'm outside. Thank you again so much for everyone. Hope you guys are having a great Monday so far. Hope you guys had a great weekend. Previously together with your family and friends. Hopefully you guys have, strengthened that bond between yourself and your loved ones. And also, if you guys were out, we really do hope that you guys follow all of the SOPs that had been, implemented. Make sure you guys are in the safest scenario possible. And talking about someone safe, talking about someone who's always concerned about other people's situation. Ladies and gents, there's no one else who's more concerned. There's no one else who's more into all of the SOPs, making sure that everyone is safe. Ladies and gents, as always, Mr. Melvin Lam. Hey, Melvin. Before Melvin say anything, I just want to say that nice haircut, right? Oh, wow.
Yeah, I got it done yesterday. I don't know whether I look good or I prefer the old one.
Oh, no, you look definitely
the homestay,
younger, Melvin.
The homestay star.
I mean, definitely. I mean, if you guys down watching us right now, if you think that Melvin's hairstyle is definitely makes him younger, please do give out, pleasant comments to him, because, the effort that he actually put in making sure that he got the best haircut is, a lot of effort, I have to say so. But yeah, Melvin, how was your weekend apart from getting the new hairdo?
Well, it was quite pretty well yesterday. Apart having my haircut and in the late afternoon, we received from the organizer that Act Now is actually shortlisted in the ASEAN Top 50 Alibaba Startup Contest.
Wow.
I mean, that's quite a good piece of news. And I thank the organizer, and I hope that everyone believes highlighting issues is a business. I won't use the word influence, but highlighting issues is actually a business that benefits the communities. That is what we want, and everyone to benefit from it. Everyone to enjoy where they stay, a peaceful environment, a clean environment, and all these things. So this weekend will be another challenge for us, but it's not so much of getting to the top and all these things, but it gives us a chance to tell judges from different parts of the world that we are presenting what is Act Now is. And I'm sure most of them will not realize, I say, complaints can be profit. making complaints is valuable.
Yeah, exactly. If you guys are confused what Melvin is talking about, if you're not really sure what is he going on about, make sure you guys go and check out Act Now Facebook page, because there you would really have a true understanding what Act Now represents, what do we envision our future to be, in order to make sure that all of us, our neighborhood, our citizens, our rakyat, our brothers and sisters, are taken care of, are, their concerns are getting tabled to and getting answered by the proper authorities. That's what Act Now is all about. It's all about acting
Yeah.
right now. Bukan besok, bukan lusa, bukan semalam, but acting it right now. That's what Act Now
So yeah,
is.
yes, that's what it means. ASAP right now, but ACT Act also stands for Assembly of Community Trust. So we
There you
are
go.
seeking the trust of the community. That is the value that we want to share with everyone. So
Yeah.
this is So it's something not main masak. It's a serious platform.
Bukan masak-masak itu dia. Bukan masak-masak, bukan main perang-perang, bukan main pajak-pajak pokok, bukannya main dekat longkang kat rumah. But it's all about making sure that us citizens are taken care of, are, the concerns are able to, to be addressed as soon as possible. That's what Act Now is all about. That's
Yes.
what we care about. That's about the community. Speaking about community, let's jump into our first topic in hand, because this is a topic that we are, we care a lot about this particular topic. We have mentioned it over and over again previously in previous episodes, not just within the past week or so, even the past month, a couple of months, even when the pandemic actually hit our
Yes.
shores. It is about the mental health issue that we want to highlight. And unfortunately, ever since the pandemic hit our shores back in March 2020, ever since MCO was enforced in our nation, Malaysia, we've heard a lot of a lot of issues where a lot of people unfortunately had to resort to suicide, taking their own lives because they could not cope with the current situation. May it be about financial support, may be about emotional support, may be about anything else that could disrupt their life, and they couldn't think of any other ways to solve it rather than just taking their lives away. And one of the things that we want to highlight today is about the attempted suicide issues, or
Yes.
the attempted suicide cases has been happening more often or not, resulting to people committing suicide. Melvin, share with us this particular topic at hand, please.
Okay, the issue today we are quite different from what we had so-called discussed. We're talking about attempt suicide, means that belum mati lagi lah attempt,
Mm.
you know.
The
And
way
we are
that you
talking
put it,
this
belum mati
really
lagi, it
suicide,
sounds so
this
bad lah.
attempt suicide. So attempt suicide also means that eventually they did not attempt, they were saved another way. But Malaysia records 900 over cases, attempts suicide from 2018 to 2021. So it's a big number. Unfortunately, Mio, those who have successfully attempted suicide is also very high. And this year itself, the first quarter of this year, 2021, is reported 4 cases in a day. Means that we have something like 120 suicide in a month. So 360 suicide cases for the first quarter of this year, January to March. So and the laws in Malaysia is a bit, I hope the new Prime Minister is doing something, because it's an offense for those who attempt suicide. It's actually will be subject to a year or in jail or a fine under Section 309 of Penal Code. So it's an offense to take your own life. If you are say you caught attempt suicide yourself, you could be jailed in a year, or you also can now fine as well. So now I think they will bring up in the parliament, because many other countries has already done away with criminalizing suicide. So Malaysia is a few countries, nations that keep this particular law. So the secretaries say suicide attempt is a painful moment. I think it is, because at the time I believe that person's focus is to end his or her life, and not to think about what is the consequences if I'm not able. So I have fully sympathy on this person's, he or she, and we should not penalize. We should in fact offer more platform that they can reach out in different levels of platform, depends on the level of education, of the lifestyles. Because I feel at the moment that's limited platforms available to reach out to them. Try to reach out to them rather they reach out to you. Because in Malaysia's society, I mean, I could say in this region society, people will have such a issue, stress issues, will not openly tell people or reach out to people for assistance. So we, the government or even the private sectors like now, we will try to reach out to them rather than the other way around.
Yeah, I mean, like my point towards this, Melvin. I mean, when we talk about suicide attempts, when we talk about people taking their lives, I truly believe. I mean, this is my own opinion, okay? Because I truly believe that why this happens is because they believe these victims, or should I say, they're not perpetrators. Obviously, I mean, we talk about victims because these are the people who unfortunately had to go through, hardship in life, and they can't resort to anything else. And the only way that they could think that it will solve the problem is by taking their own life. I mean, as much as I have sympathy to these people, yes, I totally whatchamacallit understand, even though I do not I do not have the proper understanding because I mean, like, touch wood for me, that I haven't had no, I didn't go through all these things. I wasn't in any of the situation. But having said that, though, it doesn't give me the right to actually pinpoint to these people in saying that why are you choosing death instead of life? Are you just taking the easy way out? We as Malaysians, we as a community, even the government for that matter, to the highest level, as you mentioned, Mavi, we need to help them. We need to be proactive. But we can only do so much, Mavi. I just want to put a bit of a thinking here because we as normal citizens, or should I say that people who want to help, we can help as much as we want. But we can never help people who do not want help. A lot of cases that we hear, a lot of people out there who are committing suicide or who are thinking about committing suicide, they never reach out to us. They never express their concern to us. Is it because our problem, our fault, because we cannot hear properly what they're trying to say, or is it just the fact that we're
Um,
deaf and we're not looking into this thing, Mevin? What do you think?
I guess because of the awareness is not there. Of course, a lot of events that I see in the paper, when things happen, is you can call befrienders, you can call this and all these things. But that is incident reported, right? You can reach out to this, but it could make it something like in our top of mind awareness in everyone in general. You have an issue like this, you have an emergency case. You see a fire, you call Bomba 999. You saw an accident, you ask for ambulance, you call 999. You see a theft coming into your neighbor house, you call 999 for the police. Of course, you see a community issues problem, you just report to Act Now.
Pandai the corner. Okay.
So, but I feel the programs is there, but it's people at that stage were not able to think, should I call befrienders? Probably, what's the number? They have to go online search. They go have to do this. So the programs need consistent, so-called publicity. In fact, you could ask all the media groups, all the social media groups, please. They say, this is available. The contact, the platform is available for you. It's easy to access. One thing is easy to access because I tried one out of blue because I want to test one so-called line that I call. I was in the paper. They say, you can call this. You said befrienders, another one. I don't know the name. I call. They will keep you on hold, and then you call. Press 1 for English. Press 2 for Bahasa. Press whatever you know. After pressing, what service you need? 1 is for this, 2 for this. I say, but I don't know how many lives were taken by the end of that exercise of trying to get to the right help. And after that, I did, okay, you have issue, please press what number. I pressed, it said, please leave down your handphone number. We will come back to you.
Okay. I mean, I understand what
you're... a very bad program because we come back to you, probably the person will be in hell or in heaven.
Yeah, that's the thing, because I understand what your concern is because of the process, because of the procedures, because of the manner of one really wants to try and give that. I mean, like you were a proven case yourself. You want to test out the line. You wanted to see how efficient and how proper the whole system was, and how quick that your concerns could be attended to. But I think that we need to, yes, granted, we have that particular thing. We have the defenders, we have the hotline, so on and so forth. Yes, of course, we need to have that. But also, we need to also make sure that the people around that guy, I mean, I honestly believe at the end of the day, no one is truly alone. You paling kurang pun lah, you would have at least 1%, 1 or 2% in your life that is close to you. Tak kisahlah close macam mana pun, may it be physically or, even like, through your families and whatnot. I truly believe that at the end of the day, you have at least 1% that is close to you that you can actually sense, what's going on with you. And it is our responsibility to actually, the friends, the actual friends, the family members, to have, special alerts in our minds whenever someone, comes up with certain kind of phrases, certain kind of demeanor that, okay, something's wrong. Okay, something is not right here. Maybe that we need to, proper address this guy, Melvin.
Yeah. So we as we as a healthy thinking person, I mean, I do not know until someone, a professional, assess you whether you are proper or a person. I mean, a rightful thinking person. But we should not discriminate. We should not criminalize this. I mean, we call this patients that have gone through a lot in their life. They have it's more than a stress level. They have gone from stress to mental level. So we have to try to reach out to them. Observe your surrounding, your friends, your colleagues, your family members, your relative. If anything not right, just reach out to them. Try to, okay, is there anything bothering you lately? I see that you have a very disturbed mind or this thing. Try to have a conversation with them. Yeah. Probably you might not able to solve the issue, but try to talk to them. Have time for them. Probably after they talk to you, they will feel more relief. They will feel more that someone actually care for them. So that will be taking away the negative thinking thoughts in the mind. So we have in Malaysia, we have this called the youth in politics. The youth movement has demanded the assemblymen, the MPs, senators to manifest greater political will to decriminalize attempt suicide. So we hope it will bring out in the parliaments to decriminalize attempt suicide, which the Prime Minister has actually voiced it out during his opening of the Parliament. So I hope that it doesn't stop there. I hope that it will be passed a law so that the attempt suicide will not be penalized, put them in jail or fine them. You make them more suicide. Let's say you have that kind of a state. You want to attempt suicide because you lost of income, you're in debt, and probably you are safe, and then you end up in jail and then cannot denda fine for another, I don't know how much. So it will add more stress to the person, to the victim.
Exactly. Right. I mean, like, to be honest, we can actually talk about this topic for a much, much longer time because it has always been a concern, not just to us, but to the whole nation as well. Because again, people's mental state is very, very important because like you need to be totally, in mind, you need to be totally in peace with whatever it is that you are going through. Because, never have the hashtag kita jaga kita mean so much. This hashtag has been going on since forever. I can't even remember when we started this off. But it is so true. Kita jaga kita. We need to take care of our own. We need to make sure that people around us are taken care of. Even a simple phone call, even a simple how do you do, even a simple FaceTime or even a simple video call with them could mean so much to these people because it shows that we care in one way or another. Enough with the first topic. Again, like I mentioned that we can actually talk about this topic. Melvin, you macam tak nak berhenti lagi cakap pasal topik ni.
No. I want to welcome Mr. Jerry Hang. Mr. Jerry Hang, who is here to support Melvin. Support now. Melvin is not important.
Okay. So it's not a surprise that Melvin is able to actually, bring this self onto him. But never mind, Jerry. Thank you so much by supporting Melvin. You're supporting Act Now. It is very good. Thank you so much for your support on our channel as well as our desire, or should I say, our mission in moving forward, wanting to make a better community. Act Now being the voice of community out there. Speaking about community again, one more time, we want to talk about the second topic that we have. Also something that has been going around for quite a while now, even though with the change of cabinet, with the change of parliament, tukar kabinet macam pergi IKEA je sebenarnya. I pun dah confused siapa jaga siapa sebenarnya. But at the end of the day, the problem is still there. The issue is still there, is that we are lacking proper professionals in the medical field, and it's been highlighted by our current Minister of Health, which is Khairi Jamaluddin, which he's asking, where have all the specialists gone? Di manakah sebenarnya pakar-pakar perubatan dalam bidang-bidang di negara kita? It is actually recorded, or should I say that it is actually reported that in our country right now, we have only at a ratio of 4 specialists to 10,000 people. 4 orang di dalam 10,000 orang rakyat Malaysia adalah specialist dalam bidang perubatan. Melvin, that is a very small number. Scary thoughts here.
Yeah, I think one of my favorites ministers is YBKJ, but I think his people in the ministry are able to help him, because supposedly we should have 14 specialists to 10,000 citizens. 14, not 4. We had lack of 10 per 10,000 citizens. But remember, of late, we also discussed about the medical officer, the temporary so-called temporary medical officer, which are asked to have their so-called appointments to be confirmed as standards. I think a lot of people left, and because they can't pursue it. I think the last government extended for 2 years, but a lot of them not happy because they can't pursue it to a longer specialized courses, which probably take up more than 3 years. So we have never lack of medical officer until the case was brought up, or it was very obvious. A lot of I fight for them because they was so-called, they didn't get a proper so-called wages or supposed to get like a full-time payments, wages, benefits, and they can't pursue further studies. And it was also reported for those medical officer of the category can't even get a car loan to a house loan, because they only be engaged for 2 years, 3 years, so no longer no so-called guarantee that they'll be engaged or it's a full-time with the government. So I think that is a pool of talents there, and I hope KJ please give them extend so-called, even that if they are due, please then give them the full employment as a full-time employment, so they can pursue specialist courses.
Yeah. Itulah, I mean, like kalau kita nak ceritakan tentang all these numbers, we love to play with numbers because it makes people easier to understand how the situation is. It is reported that by 2030, tahun 2030, which is only about 8 years away, which is not that far off, Malaysia needs an additional 28,000 specialists, 28,000 specialists. And betul apa Melvin cakap tadi, again, me married to a doctor who is also a specialist. It took my loved ones, my wife specifically, 4 years for her to complete, between 3 to 4 years for her to complete her speciality in her specific field. And that's not even doing a subspeciality. It will take a couple of years for her to finish that. So when you talk about 4 years, okay, let's just take 4 years at an average. 4 years of studying, pursuing from a medical officer right down to becoming a specialist. By the time tahun 2030 come by, we're talking about 8 years. Are we even gonna get close to 10,000 for that matter? I doubt that we're gonna have 10,000 new specialists coming through our doors into our hospitals by the year 2030. It is a very ridiculous number for us to aim at. It is very hard for these doctors to actually get the speciality specific to their field of expertise, and we are lacking behind already. There's a lot of backlog happening already, as you mentioned, Melvin. Banyak kita punya medical officers tak dapat nak sambung because the fact that they are under government contract. They cannot continue because they don't have permanent placement. Ini yang membuatkan dia orang stop. Ini yang membuatkan dia orang cannot go forward. Bukannya dia orang tak nak go forward, it's because they can't go forward because of this technicality that they are facing right now. And it is definitely burdening not just the nation, but directly impacting us citizens as well, Melvin.
Yes, that's true. That's like, of course, YBKJ's defended that a lot was snatched away by the private hospital. I of course, that's in the way that's true as well. When some private hospital probably tend to pay well, but in your backyard, I would say in your backyard, you have a pool of talents, doctor, medical officers, probably wanting to advance themselves. So what you can do is actually give them a full employment, offer specialist courses to them. Not 100% after that will leave.
Malaysia tak ada duit, Melvin. Malaysia tak ada duit.
I'm not able to talk about finance.
No, because that has been throwing around. I mean, like if previous ministers and previous years and whatnot, the only thing that they've only come up with is that Malaysia has not enough money. Malaysia tak mampu nak menampung doktor-doktor ni sebab Malaysia kerajaan tak ada duit. Ini je alasan that they have been throwing at us for the longest time ever.
If that is the issue or if that's an excuse, why bring up the subject? You find your money. You are the minister. You know, you find your way not to the Prime Minister's house door. not sir. We need 28,000 specialists in year 2030, and we are now. What can we do? We need at least average 4 years per specialist to graduate. So we probably need 2-3 rounds to achieve the number. So we don't have money. What we do?
Yeah. Okay, lepas ni, Kementerian Kesihatan kena buat, jogathon, kena buat telethon, kena buat, all this.
I mean, it's not much. I think appeal to the community. I think here and there, I think Malaysians are very generous when it comes to things of importance, urgency. I think in general, the communities is very important. Lock into all the tycoons door. The governments need your help because we need our healthcare system will collapse if we don't have people, specialists here. Because what point you have a business in Malaysia when you don't take care of the communities? Because we are the general, we are the soldiers. To support business. If we don't have business, we are poor. You better bring your business away.
Mungkin kita kena, jumpa all the, like you said lah, all the big tycoons, siapa yang all the millionaires, the billionaires. Kita banyak billionaires sebenarnya dekat Malaysia ni. We have a lot of billionaires in our country. Maybe they can just spare like, 1 billion, per person. I don't think that's gonna disrupt their income annually. And mana tahu kerajaan bagi dia orang, tax exemption as well. Bagi
I promise you, I promise this, and I will announce this throughout everyone who listen to this later. And now we'll do the part when we make it.
There you go. Hari ini 20 hari bulan September tahun 2021, Melvin Lam telah mengisytiharkan yang kalau kita dah ada 1 bilion ringgit ataupun kita dah buat profit yang banyak, kita akan bagi kepada rakyat juga. Itu janji Melvin Lam dan juga janji Act Now,
Yeah, Act Now means fast lah. We're going to Act Now.
Okay. Definitely. Awesome stuff. You can't get this anywhere else, guys. You can't definitely get this. Because why? That's how we want to show our support to the community. Because if the community suffers, we will suffer as well. Like it or not, in one way, shape or form, everyone will get affected. It's actually a domino effect. Kalau kita punya sistem kesihatan kita, if our health system falls down, if our education system falls down, it will all impact to businesses, it will impact to the political scene, it will impact to the sovereigns of our nation at the end of the day. So make sure you guys do your part as much as possible. If you cannot give out your 1 ringgit, show your support by other things, by giving us a shout out, by showing that you care, by pledging, our efforts, our campaign moving down the forward. That's how we work. It doesn't mean that you have to give
10,000. I just shake on my head. I would be bored as you. Someone please, those in the audience.
That's why I dah tak ada rambut, sebab I dah banyak bagi kepada rakyat Malaysia kita. I sangat-sangat sayangkan citizen kita, Melvin. Wow, okay, kita dah lari topik ni. Okay, we're almost at the end of our show for today, but there's a couple of things that we do want to highlight to all of you people out there in Malaysia that yes, cuti Malaysia is actually back in full force because Langkawi is all now in full operation. We got a lot of people snapping photos at the beach, makan seafood, cantik, all the Instagrammers, Insta famous people taking pictures by the beach and everything. And it is also urged by other islands in Malaysia to be open as well as how it is being handled in Langkawi. My question to you, Marvin, is it actually safe, you think? Do we have to wait for the pilot project in Langkawi to actually show success before other islands are open? What do you think?
Yeah, because it's just over the weekend on the 16th. Today is just less than a week. It was the last Thursday,
Only 4 days lah.
4 days. It's too early to tell. Dr. Tan Sri, Dr. Nordin did say that they detect some people who have at the terminal, at the airport, or detect they have actually after the swab test they have. But the probably now is that it's not bringing into Langkawi. It's just probably Langkawi is bringing into the mainland. Because they also reported those residents, those who stays in Langkawi, do have positive cases. So have to be careful. And other islands, I think 1st October, Pangkor Island is opening up. And reported today, those in Terengganu islands in Terengganu, they say business are bad. I think because two things. First, it's the monsoon season now. Right. In normal days, even before the pandemic, people travel less, or the whole island resort is closed during the monsoon season. Second, because Langkawi is being a pilot project endorsed by the government, they spend money, there are a lot of forms, publicity is given, excite everyone to go and fly in there, So do not be so-called deterred to be set to those operators. Your time will come because of monsoon. But rest assured, if I have to go islands as a pure holidays, I prefer East Coast.
Yeah, exactly. And I rasa sebenarnya if you're looking at Redang, if you look at Perhentian, if you look at, Kapas, the islands on the east coast, facing the South China Sea, a lot of the vacationers, a lot of the tourists actually come from KL. They come from negeri yang masih lagi dalam fasa 1 dan juga fasa 2. These are the kind of people who really want to go there. I remember, my time when I went to Perhentian, we traveled as early as 4 o'clock in the morning down in KL, taking a bus down there because that's what people in the city, people in the West Coast like to do. They would run to the East Coast and enjoy the serenity and enjoy the beautifulness that the East Coast has to offer in regards of beaches and sea and whatnot. So I think that orang di Terengganu, specifically island people, siapa yang buat all of the tourism business over there, tak payah nak takut, tak payah nak risau. Yes, sekarang ni kita masih lagi tak boleh, but in due time, once the pilot project in Langkawi, it's definitely not a perfect project, but as long as it explains and it is successful in a way that safe travel is permitted, then obviously Perhentian, Redang, Kapas, we'll definitely be flying over there soon, right?
Yeah. So I hope that by year end everything is back to normal. Means that we have to be careful. That's about it. Today is my first day after 4 months back to office.
Hence why background you berbeza. Hence why belakang you lain. Macam tak kenal belakang you.
Things will be back. We have to live a new norm.
Yeah, definitely. A new normal is something that we need to get used to and we need to abide by and we need to make the best out of it. Thank you so much, Melvin. Same time, same place tomorrow.
I see you tomorrow, definitely.
All right. Cheers, Melvin. You have a good one.
You have a nice day.
Ciao.
Ciao.
All right, guys, that was Melvin together with myself talking to you about the current hot issues that we are experiencing down here in Malaysia. Make sure you guys stay safe. Make sure you guys are well taken care of because at the end of the day, it is very, very important that we need to take care of ourselves because if we take care of ourselves, we'll take care of the people around our community. We take care of the people around our area as well. So yeah, stay safe, follow SOP. Kalau dah demam tu, jangan nak menggatal pergi keluar, okay? It doesn't mean that you're double vaccinated that you can go around anywhere that you want. Please take care of yourself. Mio Adlan here, signing out. We'll see you guys again tomorrow. Have a good one. Ciao.